Hi everyone, and welcome to my first acrylic application video. So I decided that I was going to record a video after I had already started. Yeah, that's why we are straight at the drilling part. Really that's where you start, but that's why we're not on the pinky first. So right now I am just drilling. I am a beginner nail tech, so this stuff is all new to me. I feel like I'm going to be able to help a lot of people if they watch my videos, but I feel like I'm going to be able to help a lot of people learn as long as I'm learning as well. So we can just kind of go through it together, if you know what I mean. Anyways, hold on, let me move my microphone to a more practical place. There we go. I don't even know if you heard that, but excuse my rambling. You'll get used to it. So right now I am applying the tips. These actually were kind of hard to put on, and it's the first time that I decided to use the straight C tips that I have. These are the extra long square tips that I got from Amazon. I don't know, I'm not sure if they were 1XL or 2XL. I think it's only 1XL. But yeah, these ones I just decided to put on there for the first time today because they were really small compared to the giant mannequin nail, and I was recommended when I was watching a YouTube video not to stretch the nail over if it doesn't fit. It should be slightly bigger than the mannequin nail because it will pop back off. But I didn't have any problems with these nails. It was a little bit difficult getting them to stay down at first, but I finally figured out the way to get them to stick down, and then I just put some more glue back on top of it. As you can see me doing it, I put it underneath it as well as over top of it once I got it to stick. So yeah, as you can see, I'm just applying the nails, and I put the glue on the nail rather than on the fake nail. In this video, sometimes I've started doing it more so on the actual natural nail and then putting the fake tip on it. I find that to be kind of easier. I mean, really, it doesn't matter which way you do it. I just kind of like putting it on the natural nail first now. So I actually decided on a whim that I was going to do my first set of extra long nails, so I only cut a little bit off. It's all in fast motion, so I don't know if you could see the hesitation, but I kind of hesitated. I was trying to figure out what length I wanted to do, and I decided to go with pretty long. So in the end, I think you'll see, I think it turned out pretty good. Oh, and I did want to let you guys know, I always do the thumb a little bit, a decent amount shorter than the regular nails, just because the thumb sticks out like a sore thumb, and I find that I don't like personally when my thumbnail is as long as the rest of my nails because it just looks so funny and it looks so much longer than the other nails, so I like to shorten it so it looks more, it fits in more with the other nails, I guess you could say. So with these C-curve tips, on this mannequin hand at least, I found that I like it better when the C-curve is not as deep. So I did cut off the extra nail tip from the back, as you can see that I'm doing. Oh wait, or did I end up doing stiletto? I think I ended up doing coffin, but I was going to do square at first, and so that's why you see me cutting off that little bit at first. But then I decided to do coffin, so now I'm cutting off into the coffin shape. So here I'm just filing into the coffin shape. You don't really have to take too long filing on the regular tip because the acrylic application, depending on how good you are at the beginning or period with your application, the acrylic is either going to just misshape it or you're still going to have to file it at the end. Me personally, that's what I've been told. Me personally, I like to take a little bit amount of time out just to make sure I like the shape of my tip before I put the acrylic on there, because of the simple fact that one, there's less filing that I have to do, and two, it's always nice to get the shape down first. So if your application is good, then you won't really have to worry about filing too much at the end. Your shape is already there, and boom, boom, you're done. And if y'all hear a deep swallow, it's because I'm drinking tea. So to cut the excess tip off, I'm using straight edge nail clippers. I'm not sure where I got these. I think I probably got them off Amazon, but I could be wrong. I've had these straight nail clippers for a long time, even before I decided to do nails. They just come in handy for a lot of things. So I highly recommend getting you some straight edge nail clippers, especially to cut off the excess nail tip and have a nice straight edge. You can use scissors as well, but I don't have scissors for that. I haven't gotten any yet, and then two, I like using the straight edge nail clippers. This thumb clip was actually a little bit longer, but I cut it down. It took me a long time to get that to stick to the thumb. I like my shapes to be perfect, so I noticed that some of it wasn't, so I went back, a little bit more to. Oh wait, no, I know what I did. I filed the first pinky nail, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go through and cut them all, and then come back and file them all at once. I find myself sometimes trying to do everything on one hand and then go to the other hand and do everything second instead of going back and forth on each hand. And when I do that, I find myself forgetting to do things. So I like to do everything once. So if I'm going to file one nail, I'm going to file the nails on both of the hands, all of the nails, because I'm going to forget to do something, whether it's filing. I wouldn't forget to file because filing is so important, but whether it's filing, whether it's putting the monomer on before your acrylic application, I forget that all of the time, but that helps with reduce bubbles. I guess that's what I've heard. And yeah, I've even forgot to put the protein bond on before, so it's just I need to do it all at once. So now I am just blending the nail into the natural nail, quote unquote. I like to get this really smooth. I don't really think it makes a difference whether you get it super smooth or just like blended in real quick. I'm not sure. I've never not really blended in like a lot. I don't know if that made any sense, but I like to take some time to get this blended in really well. I have gotten faster at it though. It takes me a really long time to do nails. Like, you guys don't understand. As a beginner, you just want to make sure your nails are beautiful and that you have everything set and looking bomb. You're not worried about how long it takes you to. I'm thinking, or I know just from experience with other hobbies and things, that the quickness, the speed comes with time. Once you get that quality down, you don't even have to think about the speed. It just comes. Like, you're like, okay, I know how to do this. Boom, 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 knock that out. Boom, 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 next. Like, you're just going so fast you don't even notice anymore that you're not taking that long of a time. It just happens. You're like, remember when I was taking 4 to 6 to 8 hours to do a long set of nails, even a short set of nails, and now I'm taking 2 hours, 1 hour? Like, I don't think you'll remember. It'll just come. Oh, Jerry, I didn't turn your light back on. Sorry, my fish. I use the makeup brush, or not the makeup brush, the dusting brush a lot to get the dust out of the way. I honestly, that's the part I hate about doing nails, and I don't hate it, but you know what I mean. Like, I really don't like all of the dust that it produces. It makes such a mess. So I'm constantly dusting things. Right now I've been putting the protein bond on there. In a lot of the videos that I've watched, they recommend doing 2 coats of the protein bond. I didn't do that here. I think I put a lot on there, so I decided not to. Just then, right there, I don't know if you've seen, but I put monomer on before I put the acrylic on. That's the tip that I got from a couple videos. So here I'm starting with my first bead down at the bottom because I am doing a window method or a window application. So I started at the bottom, and then I got my X-Acto knife to cut off the excess. I ended up not doing that again. I didn't use my X-Acto knife anymore after that. I just used my brush to make the straight line. So right now I'm using the monomer to pick up the decals that I have here, and the decals are lemons. I have a bunch of different color lemons. I got those off Amazon. Excuse my fiance texting me. I don't even know if you can hear half the things that I hear. I'm just assuming. So I honestly wanted to do something different there, but there wasn't enough room on the nail. I don't like when things look like dice. Like, you see how it's 5 and it looks like a 5 on the dice. I don't like when it's like that because it looks like I intentionally did that, and I didn't. I don't know what it is with me and doing that, but I hate when I put things in dice formation. It's just a pet peeve of mine, but there was nowhere else for me to put it unless I was to take one off or do it on the rest of the nail and not do the windows. So I was stuck with that. And now I'm putting on the clear acrylic. Sorry, I just had to burp. And I didn't want you to hear it. So now I'm putting on the clear acrylic, and I form it as I go. You guys can probably see I'm scraping the sides, making sure I'm getting all those little bumps covered up because it is a 3D nail decal, and I'm encapsulating it, so I want it to look as clean as possible. And I also don't want to drill into the lemons. I ended up drilling a little bit, but it wasn't really noticeable at all. I just decided to pick the loudest jacket I could ever wear for this voiceover. So now I'm going back in with the sparkly pink to finish off the window. Let me tell you, I would suggest using solid colors for this window method. Like, I'm about to look at one of the nails because I keep all the nails that I do on my practice hand. I just put them in this little bin or this little container that I have. But, excuse me, grabbing it, making the most noise ever. Oh, that's not even the right freaking bin. Good grief. Here we go. Where's one of the ones I did with the window? So yeah, you can tell that it's a window, obviously, because you can see that the clear is different than the sparkles. But I will say, I would have liked if I would have did a sparkly, or not a sparkly, a solid pink underneath the sparkly pink, just to more clearly define that window that I was going for. I think it would have looked a lot better if I had done a solid color with the windows and then the sparkly over it, or at least something opaque underneath the sheer sparkly acrylic. Now this one I've changed to yellow lemons. I was going to do lemons on, or the windows on every single nail, but I really decided, see look, hold up, I'm trying. I was trying to do something different here, but I ended up, that's why I put the second one on diagonal, but it ended up, I don't even know, did I end up doing a dice thing here? I can't remember. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I made it look a little bit different. I really hate when things look like dice. I tried to make it look different there, but anyways, I was gonna do window methods on every single one of the nails, but it was like probably 2 in the morning probably at this point when I'm on the second nail, and I really did not feel like taking the time out to do every single one on a window. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to practice my ombres, I'm going to practice my application on the rest of these nails. I did not feel like it was just so late or early, and I did not feel like finishing all of that at 8 o'clock in the morning when it reached that point, because it probably would have. I don't know, probably not. I'm a little excessive. So you guys can see me blending down. I think that is important to make sure your application is even as possible, as well as it blends into the rest of the polish, or not the polish, the rest of the acrylic. So there's not that much filing to do. There's not a lot of bumps and um, craters around the nail. I need a bigger dap and dish, dip and dab dish, something like that. I need a bigger one because I go through these little cups like crazy, and I keep wiping my liquid in this one spot. You guys can see it's soaked, and the rest of the thing is freaking dry. I tried to move it into the center later on when I got a different paper towel. You'll see later, but yeah. I sped this up a lot. Like, I would not think to make you guys sit through this entire thing because it's, oh, here I'm marbling, by the way. But it took me so long. I would not think to make you guys sit through this entire video. I can't remember how long it took me, but this video is sped up a lot. Like, understand, it's a lot of speeding that happened here. I think I sped it up about between like 2.8 and 3.5, I believe, is the highest I went. Just because it was such a long video, and I tried to shorten it as much, but also allow you to see what I was doing as well. I'm so excited. Avery went to go get us food. There's a 45-minute to an hour wait because it's Mother's Day, but I told him to just come back home while, come back to my house while the wait is going on, because I really wanted some food. It's going to be so good. So right now I am encapsulating in clear. I think I went back and did all the nails and encapsulated them in clear. But encapsulating is so important just so that you don't mess up the design or the color that you already did. And so you don't drill it down so that it looks patchy and uneven, if you know what I mean. So let me tell you, oh, as you can see, I forgot to put the monomer on this fingernail before I went in with the acrylic. And I actually messed up that first bead, so I just scraped it all off, as you can see. But what was I about to say? Dang, I forgot. Oh, I remember. I was so blessed to come out as a beginner being this, what am I trying to say? I don't want to sound like like I'm not humble or anything, but I was very blessed and thankful to God that I was able to not struggle as much as I know some people can with acrylics. It kind of came naturally to me watching the videos, and I've always been good at following directions, and so when I want to at least. But I'm so thankful for that, because I know it can be frustrating for a lot of people, and I know it is frustrating for a lot of people starting out. But I do just want to tell you that if you are just starting out and it's frustrating for you, please do not get, what am I trying to say? Discouraged. That's the word I'm looking for. Please do not get discouraged. Just keep practicing, and it will come eventually. It doesn't come as naturally as it did for me, thank God, to everybody. But I'm willing to help. If you have any questions, DM me on Instagram. I will answer you, or comment under this video. I will answer you as best as I know how. I'm not going to keep information from you. I think we can all be successful. I think there's enough clients to go around for everybody. I think we all got to eat, you know? We all got to be on our grind. And so just don't get discouraged. Don't be upset. It's okay to not get everything on your first try. It's okay. And actually, this, let me tell you, this wasn't my first time doing acrylic. When I was in high school, I bought one of those sets from one of those kits from the beauty supply. I had one of those, and I was like kind of okay, but I wasn't by any means good with that. So I had got frustrated and I stopped. And so I didn't pick it back up until now, of course, but I could have been like bomb by now, and if I had, just stayed with it. So just don't get discouraged, is all I'm trying to say. Believe in yourself, believe in what you're capable of doing, and you'll go far, just it's all about practice and taking time out to be successful. And it doesn't always come easy for everyone or for everything. So moving on to another topic, we're circling back around to the nails, if I can speak today. My brush, this brush is actually, it came in the Young Nails kit that I bought as my first nail acrylic thing. Excuse me, hold on 1 second, I have to burp again. Excuse me. But I don't know if it's just the way I'm using the brush, I'm not doing something correctly, or if I'm just not a big fan of this brush, but I noticed that it catches a lot of buildup, and at this point in time, it was building up very bad. Like, the brush was very thick. I don't know if you see me struggling, like getting a good bead. I'm putting it on sideways, having to scrape it off the brush onto the nail, but it wasn't going well for me, and I was really getting frustrated. You see me cleaning off the brush here. I was really getting frustrated because it was getting so thick and I wasn't able to get my beads on clean or any nice beads, and so it was getting frustrating for me. I'm like, why is this not working for me? Why is this stuff not coming out of the brush? Why is it building up like this? Had to soak it in acetone for a little bit so I can clean it out. So I think I need to find a new brush, or I just need to figure out how to use a brush correctly. I've used it a couple more times after that since I filmed this video, and it's gone a little bit better because I've paid attention a little bit more, but I'm still kind of struggling with the buildup. It still gets a little thick. So if you guys have any tips for me on buildup in the brush, just leave it in the comments below. That would be really helpful. Yeah, I was struggling. As you can just totally see, I'm applying the bead sideways, trying to scrape it off. So now my nails are dry. You didn't see the rest of the encapsulation with the clear because my phone had died, and now you can see my charger like running through the background. But yeah, I encapsulated the rest of the nails. Now I'm just filing them. It actually took me a while to file the nails because I didn't take as much time as I should have on the acrylic, not the acrylic, the fake nail tip, um, to shape it. So some of it was like a little crooked a little bit, like towards the top of the nail. It was not cut all the way. So that took me a while to fix that, and I wanted to fix it to get it perfect. So yeah. Do you see me dusting everything? Oh my gosh, I hate that the dust. I need to buy a dust vacuumer ASAP. I've got this one in my cart on Amazon, but I've already spent so much money on these nails. I just need to make some of it back before I purchase anything else. Hi, I'm recording. Okay. Guys, Avery's here. I want to say hello.
Hi.
Okay, so now I'm going in with my drill. I'm starting off with this cone bit I think it's a fine cone bit. I got it off of iGel Beauty. Yep. Yeah, iGel Beauty, I got it off there. At first, I thought that website was a scam with the 60% off thing, but then I was watching this one girl, I can't remember who, but she uses iGel Beauty, and she was saying that they always have the 60% off sale, and she thinks that that's just their regular prices. And so they make it seem like it's 60% off, but that's really just their base price for their products. I'm like, that makes so much sense. So I decided to order from them. I really like their products, so I'm happy that I did order from them. And it's kind of inexpensive. But yeah, like I was saying, this is the cone drill bit. It's very good for the cuticle drilling, making it look as natural as possible. So I really like this bit for that. I actually have a couple more bits that I want to order from Amazon. Just like I said, I'm not ordering anything else until I make some of my money back from some clients for the products. Now, client-wise, I still live with my parents. I'm 18, so I'm not able. My mom doesn't want people that she doesn't know in her house. I completely understand that and I respect that. So I'm only taking clients that are my family members or people that we know and are familiar with until I get my own place. So that's a little slow on the clientele. I have a client now who's going to be a regular client, or we'll see, but my brother's girlfriend, so hopefully she said she's going to come back to me. Hopefully she does. I'll keep you guys updated on that. But yeah, I just did her nails, what was it, yesterday? Yeah, yesterday before she went on vacation. She really loves her nails. She just got a solid milky white color. They turned out really well. If you guys want to see those, you can go on my Instagram. But yeah, so clientele is kind of sparse because I am limited to only my family members and people that we know. But I mean, it's not really a problem. My family's pretty supportive. It's just the fact that not everybody in my family likes acrylic on their nails, so they just want like manicures or something like that. So now I have my other drill bit. This is a safety drill bit. It's just like, it's kind of like the sanding drill. It's kind of like a sanding drill bit, just with a rounded top so that it's less likely to hurt your client. It will still hurt them if you have it on their skin for an excess amount of time. But if you were to just like accidentally scrape it across their skin or something, it wouldn't really affect them, because it is a safety drill bit. So here I am filing again. I told you it took me a while because I didn't get it fully correct when I was doing just the tips. If I'm going to be honest, I hate filing downwards. Like, I hate filing when the hand is facing me, or when the fingers are facing down. I like filing when it's facing up because I can see from the client's point of view. I can see what's wrong with the nail, what needs to be fixed, what's uneven, and I can see how everybody else is going to see it. So I like personally filing upwards, and so I can, see the way everyone else is going to see it. I'm such a stickler on how sharp my shapes are, so it's very important to me that I see what the shape looks like from a regular person's point of view. Okay, yeah, this is where I seen that. See, this is actually where I seen that the stuff was wrong with the nails, and I grabbed a higher grit to fix the, what, is it a lower grit? I think it's a lower grit. The lower the grit, the, like, sand, the rougher it is. So I grabbed a lower grit nail file to, fix all the kinks in it. This nail set being my first encapsulation of 3D decals and extra long set, I will say it was kind of bumpy on the nails. I tried to fix that as much as I could, but there is some uneven parts of the application, so that's something that I still need to work on, especially, I'll tell you what contributed to the unevenness of the application. One, my brush starting to be thick and me being unable to get the perfect beads that I wanted. Two, it being me being unexperienced with this long of a set, so I need to work on my application and my beads with that. And then three, me doing encapsulation over decals, trying to cover the 3D portion of the decals so that it's all smooth and even. So now I'm buffing out the nails, getting all of the build up from underneath the nails. You know how when you file, it starts like holding on this thin little layer of nail. It was like that. I was getting that off, and I'm smoothing out all of the bumps. You got something to say, Avery? Looking up at me. Hi, babe. Now I'm doing a matte coat. I ended up doing a shiny coat at the end, and putting matte or shiny on my Instagram page. I think it looked better. I don't know. I liked it both ways, but I think it looked better shiny, like seeing all of the details wise, but matte because you couldn't see all of the divots as much with the matte. I was trying not to mess up the nails right here, so I was like holding it up trying to figure out how to not touch the nail to the top of the UV light. But if you think that you don't need a UV light and you got some gel polish, think again. Let me tell you, it's like no matter how long you think you can sit this nail polish out for it to dry, it will not dry. My first set of gel nail polish that I ever bought was before I even decided to do acrylics, and I was doing like fake press-on nails, and I painted them and it was not drying. I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to set it out for a really long time. I'm going to put it in front of the heater. It's going to dry. I think I left them boys out for probably like a week, and they would not dry whatsoever. You need a UV light. Like, I was trying to save me some money. But this is the end of the nails. If you